Hello, hello. So I just got finished doing a Facebook live doing part of a drawing I was kind of showing. And sorry, my camera's like the right way, except probably backwards for you guys. Who knows? But I wanted to pop on here. I felt compelled to get on here. Probably won't get many people. If I do, that's okay too. But I just wanted to get on here and kind of see how everybody is doing. How are you truly doing on this Wednesday? I normally don't go live except for Mondays, but I just really felt the need to get on here and check and to see how everybody is doing. It's winter, getting up to the holidays too, of the things that a lot of people don't enjoy. Winter being number one, the holidays being number two, or vice versa, however you look at it. Um, but I just really wanted to come here and truly ask, how are you really feeling? How are you really doing? Underneath everything that's going on, the stress of the holidays, the stress of the cold, not being able to get out and do the things that we're so, used to being able to do and things like that. When it's warmer, how are you doing? What are you doing? Um, so for me, I've been doing today, I've been wanting to do a video for a while, and I'm on this kick of doing all of these videos. When God told me that I needed to be seen in order to get clients and things like that. So now I'm just creating all of this content and putting it out there on, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those platforms. And so I'm really trying. And so as I was, doing my video, I really wanted to come on again and just to see how you all are doing, and things like that. And what are you doing? So for me, I really love drawing. I love being able to draw. I love to be able to create. And so that's kind of how I pass the time of, it getting dark at 4:45 and it's chilly outside. And as much as I don't want to run from my house to my office and stuff because it's chilly, but then it gets kind of toasty in here and then I get to working. But, what are your self-care things that you're doing to help your stuff with your mental stability? I know some people like journaling, some people like to draw, um, some people like to hike and to walk out in the cold and things like that, which is perfectly fine. Some people, they enjoy still, even in the wintertime, they like doing the ice baths and things like that. So, nonetheless, just trying to figure out what is it that you are enjoy doing? What is it that you're doing to help your mental stability during the winter months? A lot of people have an increase of seasonal affective disorder, which is seasonal depression, and then a lot of people not being able to get out and do things, and um, brings up a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. And then with the holidays, that the way that the economy is in right now, unfortunately, there's a lot of families that, from the hurricanes and things that came through, there's still a lot of families that are homeless, living in tents and no heat, which my heart goes out to them. And so, those are the types of situations. We have families, unfortunately, that, the economy has wrecked them. And so, trying to be able to provide not only for their family, but to be able to provide for Christmas and give, their family little Christmas presents and things like that. And so, it's weighing, the holidays and things like that. And looking to take a check at what our mental health is. What is our capacity? Where is your mental battery? Where is your battery? And so I remember I had a conversation with my brother the other day, and we were talking, and I said, um, I think a lot of people, this is coming from a Christian standpoint, is a lot of people look at things and they're like, especially Christmas, they don't look at what the true meaning of the true meaning of Christmas truly is, and that's for our Lord and Savior. But um, there are some people that don't give gifts. They just celebrate the birth of Jesus, and that's absolutely amazing as well. But the majority of us, we give presents on Christmas as well as celebrate the birth of Jesus and things like that. But wouldn't it be interesting? The holidays are where a lot of it's a lot of conditioning, a lot of training. It's a lot of the past generations coming down. But what if you broke that pattern and said, you know what? We're not going to have Christmas until after the new year. You know why? Because after Christmas, everything is marked down, 50, 60, 70% off. And so consumers get in this mindset of, oh, I have to have it right now. I have to have it right now. And so it goes back to, is it an impulse? And so, why do we keep these traditions? Why can't we look at creating new traditions, especially around the holidays, around the stressful time of year when, again, seasonal affective disorder is in full effect? Depression is in full effect. A lot of people have anxiety, and that this just amplifies their anxiety, amplifies their depression. Hmm. So, have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about having Christmas after Christmas? So it was interesting that my brother and I were talking, and I said, why would you not consider it? And so, you know, a few years ago, that's something that my husband and I did. We told the kids, we'll buy you some things, but the majority of the things that you want, just little things, not big things, but little things that I knew that were going to come down. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to buy you guys a few of the bigger things that you want, but the smaller things I'm going to wait because they're going to be on sale anyway. So why wouldn't I wait, right? So, it's looking at the training and condition that we have. What have you been trained and conditioned to do? Follow suit, correct? That's what we've been conditioned to do. Follow suit. And follow suit for what? Who is that benefiting? Is that benefiting you? Or is it benefiting all of the stores? Who is it really benefiting? And so it's looking at it and reevaluating your situation and saying, you know what? Okay, we are going to wait. We're going to wait till after Christmas, and that's okay. Get your kids a couple little things if you can. And then do something else if you can. I'm just trying to show you some ways that you can alleviate some of the stress, alleviate some of the added excessive sadness surrounding winter and the holidays. It's okay to change. It's okay to go against tradition. It's okay to go against, the training and conditioning. Just like it's okay to not talk to family if you don't want to. And so it's about your mental stability. How much can you take? How much can your battery take before your battery is drained? It's looking at what are you going through? And, and kids will understand, and things like that too. So, my question to you again is, how are you really doing? How are you doing to overcome the challenges that you face in the winter? And so for me, one of the other things I want to talk about is always leading up from probably the beginning of November through Christmas. I always feel drained, always feel drained. I either get sick or I always feel drained. And coming from a Christian standpoint, that's because the enemy knows that I don't like Christmas. I like Christmas because of Jesus. I like Christmas because of my kids. I get to see them celebrating. I get to see them light up when they get presents. But as far as what Christmas represents, there's a lot of things that hold on that I just despise Christmas. But I'm learning to look at Christmas in a different way because as a Christian and learning, that that's the birth of our Savior, I look at it differently now. But the enemy still knows that I have a small piece still hanging on that I don't like. And so I end up tired. I end up fatigued. I end up sick. I end up wanting to sleep a lot. Just not really motivated. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go anywhere because I don't like the cold. Yet I get out. I might stay in bed a little bit longer. I might gripe because I don't want to take my kid to the bus stop because it's 20 degrees outside. If my husband's not working, he's usually, he'll usually get up too, and kind of help as well, which I'm very, grateful for that. But I just don't like getting out in the cold. It's like miserable. I don't like going anywhere. But then I realize that has a negative effect on my mental state too. And so sleeping or staying in bed all day is not doing anything for me. Not doing anything to help my mental state is not doing anything for me as well. And so I started doing art. I started doing videos, and when I edit them, I use, editing program and adding effects. I went in and started looking at the workbook that I created last year. And what I loved about that is I was looking at it, and when I created it, it was all the information that I had, all the neuroscience, the neurobiology from doing my certification in neuroscience, from the complex trauma information that I have, which is bringing in neuroscience, which neuroscience is more or less like the after effects of trauma on the body, mind, body, and soul. It's looking at and then just the trauma recovery. And then, I became fascinated with the brain. And so anyway, I went and I said, I think the workbook probably needs a makeover. And if you know me, like I've already written, I think 3 or 4 of them are like when I rewrote it, because there was just some things that were inconsistent. There was things that weren't in the right place. That's the perfectionist piece in me. So anyway, I went back in and looked at things. So anyway, I went back in a few days ago and looked. Actually, it was a couple weeks ago, I guess. And then, I started realizing, oh my goodness, some of the things that I'm doing, literally, it's the same exact thing. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. The things that were in there, some of it was the same thing, just said in a different way. And I was like, okay, I need to change those things. So it gave me, so I had to go back in, changed, some things in there. Of course, it gave me the opportunity to change some other things in there. I changed my website and stuff so then people could find me. I say, put in things about the conference and stuff. And so, where I'm going with this is I'm really trying to keep my mind active, really trying to keep myself motivated, because I could literally crawl up on the couch 24/7 and not move in the wintertime. But realistically speaking, that's not doing anything for any of us, any of our mental health. And so it's learning to say, okay, what do I need to do? What types of things have I been trained and conditioned to believe? Your limitations and beliefs. And how can I change those patterns? How can I change those patterns? Excuse me. How can I change those patterns for the greater good? How can you? Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a drink. So how can you? How can you change those if those are becoming bothersome? How can you change them? How can you make them better? And things like that too. And so, there's a lot of things, to help, like I said, reading a book, listening to a guided meditation. Guided meditation is very relaxing. So if you are somebody that has excessive nervousness, maybe you're constantly in fight or flight, maybe your amygdala is hijacked. What I love about the guided meditation too. My brain just was like, whoop, the guided meditation. One things that I absolutely love is it really does relax you. It's one of those things along with the progressive muscle relaxation. And so what I would highly recommend, here we are winter and, we don't get a whole lot of movement in this is what I would recommend is doing a guided meditation and a progressive muscle relaxation. So you can either do the guided meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, or vice versa, because those are they're two relaxation techniques, healing modalities, healing strategies that I use and use with my clients. And what it does is it will release the tension, the trapped emotions from your body, and it actually starts relaxing your body. So do you like when I used to be able to tell, when I would sit here and when I started becoming aware, when I started having the mind and body connection, I could feel my shoulders felt like this. And then I'd be like, Gina, relax your shoulders. And I would remember my mind saying, kind of my conscious in there, would say, relax your shoulders. And I got to the point that, my shoulders were so tight, I could literally feel this. I could feel my shoulders going up and becoming very tight. And the reason being is because I was probably in fight or flight mode, probably both. And so I was always tense, waiting for the next danger, waiting for the next threat to take off, to come near me so I could flee. And so I was getting ready. I was in that tense state. And through the work that I'm doing, through coaching, going you through my own coach, doing my own practice, doing the healing modalities and things like that, I was able to help my shoulders relax and to help my whole body relax. And so, again, I'm going to ask you, how are you really doing? And what are you doing to help your mental stability during the winter months? If you need me, you know how to reach me. If you don't know how to reach me, you can email me. My email address is jean@healingcanvases.com. I would be more than happy to help you, with any healing techniques, any healing strategies, just to kind of help you because, we're kind of all in this together. And as a mental health professional, I just feel it's very important to help people on their journey because we are all trained and conditioned to believe one way. And God told me, Jean, it's you against a million people, meaning I had no idea what he meant at first, but then I started realizing it's me against a million people. It's me looking and having people understand that that we're trained and conditioned to believe one way, but it's okay to break that pattern. And so it's about educating people, bringing truth, bringing education. And so that's why on Mondays, 8 p.m., I'm probably going to change it here within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to change it and probably start going live about 7 and, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it's about changing. It's about changing and changing patterns, getting away from those old patterns and changing into something more positive, more suitable for you because you have a voice and choice and it's time for you to use it. So if you need me, you know where to reach me. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Just wanted to check in with each and every one of you. And so ask yourself, excuse me. So ask yourself, how are you really doing? Because you know what? Most people will say, I'm fine. But sit with it for a little bit, sit with it for a couple minutes, and then answer, how are you really doing? All right, guys. Thank you for watching the replay. And I will see you on Monday. Have a wonderful week. If you have any prayers or any prayer requests, you can email them to me. I pray for each and every one of you as a group, anyways. But if there's anything that you really need prayer for, reach out to me. Thank you so much, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.